Wonderwall has become England's unofficial football anthem, and as a vocal coach, this makes complete sense because this song does something really rare. It unites us. So today, I want to look at why Wonderwall has captured a nation, not just as a football anthem, but as something that thousands of people can instinctively sing together. And by the end, you'll understand why it feels so bloomin' good to sing, even though this song is not easy. Let's give it a listen.
Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now.
Ugh, his career is so cool.
Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that lead us there are blinding.
Okay, I'm gonna have to stop now or I won't be able to stop at all because this song is so cathartic and just makes you want to sing along. Why is that? The first reason this happens is range. Wonderwall sits in almost, and the almost is really important, the perfect range for a crowd. And this is much more difficult than people realize. Because if the song is too high, then people just can't sing it. And if it's too low, then it doesn't have that big cathartic lift that we love about this song. Plus, men and women have completely different vocal ranges, so you need to make it work for everyone. A typical male range is normally a baritone range, and that's somewhere between an A2 and an A4, but that can vary quite a lot. And the typical female range is somewhere between an A3 and an A5. So for a song to work in a stadium, it has to find this tiny little cross section, so at least people can get involved. And it turns out the first couple of these lines, they sit perfectly in that spot. Plus, it's only over 3 notes, so we don't have to learn too many of them. Today is gonna be the day. But then, on the next line, I don't believe that anybody that is an F sharp. And that can be a little bit of a tricky note for baritones and basses to sing cleanly. But it doesn't matter. In fact, I think it helps because this moment is all about emotional release. It gives you somewhere to throw that emotion. And for a lot of us, we have to really commit to reach that note. It means that we're all committing to that song together. But it is also why some of us might end up with a voice like this after singing it.
Yeah, I've just been singing there, I can't really talk, but...
Be careful out there. But no one is trying to sing this song perfectly. This song is written for people, not perfection. And part of the reason that most of us survive singing this song is actually because of how Liam Gallagher sings it. Let me show you.
I'm sure you've heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads we have to walk are winding.
Listen to the tone.
And all the lights that lead us there are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how.
Okay, we have to listen to this bit.
Because maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me.
Liam's vocal style is so distinct and it helps us in a couple of ways. And the first one is a little bit psychological. Liam's voice is gritty, it is nasal, he's not using fancy techniques like vibrato, which is the wobble that you hear on the ends of notes of opera singers, like this. Ah. It is not polished in a delicate and perfect way. There is this really interesting cover on American Idol where the person is showing off his voice as you have to on a show like that, but it doesn't have the same sing-along factor. Have a listen.
Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you got.
Because the reason that Liam Gallagher's voice works so well is that it gives us permission to be imperfect too. It doesn't have to be sung in a fancy way. So this song gives you notes that you can sing, a couple that you have to reach for, and just enough imperfection that you don't feel judged while you're doing it. Also, let me know where you were last when you sung Wonderwall. I bet you have some amazing memories, and let's share them down in the comments. But there is another really interesting technical reason that Liam's voice is the perfect voice and makes this song easier to sing. Alright.
Many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. Because maybe
Listen to the maybes.
you're gonna be the one that saves me.
And look at his mouth shape.
And after all, you're my wonder wall.
Yeah. Liam's vowels are so important. Because of his Mancunian accent and just his way of singing, he tends to open up his vowels. So a more closed vowel would be something like maybe, where you literally close the mouth, make a smaller space, and it makes the sound more squeezed. But Liam does maybe and opens up his mouth. That means the sound has more space and it makes those higher notes easier to access. Singers do this all the time to make songs easier. It's called vowel modification, but I don't think Liam's doing it for that reason. I think he just naturally and instinctively does it because of his accent. And because so many of us naturally pick up the way a singer sings when we hear a song, we just copy it and sing it as well. So it makes it easier for us as well. But range and vowels aren't the only reason this song works. There's something else in the writing.
Because maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me.
Open mouth.
And after all, you're my wonder wall. Today was gonna be the day, but they'll never throw it back to you. By now you should have somehow realized what you're not to do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now.
Yeah, this is really smart.
And all the roads that lead you there were winding, and all the lights that light the way are blinding.
Oh, I love the shininess.
There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how.
Okay. This is so cleverly written. First of all, the rhythm is really interesting because it follows our natural speech patterns. It's not different from how we would naturally phrase it, and this makes it feel really comfortable and easy to sing along to.
Today was gonna be the day, but they'll never throw it back to you.
You would literally say it in that rhythm, and this makes total sense because Noel Gallagher doesn't read or write music. He doesn't know music theory.
The theory of music.
What's all that about?
So he is writing all those massive hits completely by ear and by feel, which is amazing. I absolutely love the pre-chorus because it builds a little bit and he starts to extend the notes out a little bit longer.
And all the roads that lead you there were winding.
It's giving you a hint of the satisfying feeling of the chorus, but it's not quite there yet. It's like building up the tension before we get there. But the real reason that this song feels so good to sing along to is because of something happening inside of your body when you sing it. This song has a superpower.
About you now. And all the roads that lead you there were winding. And all the lights that light the way are blinding. There are many
sings so
things
well.
that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. I said maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonderwall.
I'm trying so hard not to sing along so that you can hear him and not just hear me blah singing over the top because it just feels so good to sing. And I told you this song has a superpower. Some research shows that when we sing together, especially in unison, which means singing the same thing, some aspects of our body start to synchronize. So that's your breathing, your heart rate, and maybe even the brain waves. So of course, all of that feels really great, but Wonderwall has a special trick. It's really long held notes.
I said maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me.
You can feel it. If those maybes just stopped there, it would not feel as good to sing. And there is a real physiological reason that this feels so good. When you sing, you're not just making a noise, you're making one big long exhale. Maybe. That out-breath can affect a singer's nervous system. It can make people feel calmer, more emotionally regulated, and more connected to people around them. So it's obviously way more powerful when you're in a big group like that. It's kind of like doing a big group breathwork session. Also, I have to point out that there's this gorgeous cello underneath that is fluid and really classy. It's like this beautiful element that breathes with you. Listen here. So that is why it feels so good to sing. And I would like to know, are there any other songs that fit the brief and you can't help but join in when it comes on? Okay, let's listen to the end of this. I'll try not to sing along. I don't think I've seen this music video before.
I said maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonderwall. I said maybe.
And who's been singing it at the football? Let me know.
You're gonna be the one that saves me. You're gonna be the one that saves me. You're gonna be the one that saves me.
What an epic song. So good. Somewhere along the line, a lot of people have become convinced that singing is only for people with perfect voices, but Oasis have proved the opposite with Wonderwall. This song doesn't work because it needs the perfect singer. It works because it invites us all to join in. It is written for people, not perfection. Thank you for watching. If you like this, here are some previous analysis I did earlier. Here is a Blur one, if you like the other one. Thanks, bye.